Thank you.
Coach Raunig, they keep you inside early and really got on a run, and it looked like you were just trying to catch up, obviously, the whole way. Was there anything different than first time around? Or?
Well, I think Beamy got the ball a lot more than the first time we played them. In our last game, I think she did score 22. It was just all that stuff early. It really hurt. So we switched from side to behind defense and started fronting, and it seemed to slow her down a little bit. And then second half, they just started throwing the ball over the top. So she was really tough tonight. She didn't miss much. So we just couldn't guard her one-on-one. This team's really tough when they're hitting their outside shots, because you cover in to help in the post, and they just kick it out and knock down the three. And number 10 obviously had a really good game, and we're always concerned about Seltzer. So that was really the key to the game, was their inside presence.
And really, first half and most of the second half, you guys did a really nice job on Sheree.
We did a fantastic job.
Have her frustrated.
Yeah, Bailey guarded her a good portion of the game. Really did a great job. Erica, our little number 15, guarded her for a while, and we just were right there with her the whole time. So really happy with how we defended her.
Obviously, getting to this point, like we talked last night, it's been a long time, and it's been a process for this group, and obviously it's a great building process for your program for next year. What does this team take from this experience?
Would you like me to answer, or?
One of the girls be fine?
Well, speaking because I'm underclassman, I think the atmosphere, kind of understanding how it all works, because Regis hasn't been this far in a while. So I think that'll help with the nerves, and I know a lot of the freshmen and myself were pretty nervous coming in. So I think it'll just help us with our expectations and know what we're working for in the off season. So
what was the key with guarding Sheree tonight?
it was just to stick on her and get through all the screens that they're setting, and I think we did pretty well the first half getting through all the screens. So it was just, you got to stay on her, and that's about it.
Coach, inside for offensively for you guys, it just seemed like you couldn't get Seafeld with enough space, couldn't get Johnson, her. I mean, you tried to throw everything at them, but it just seemed like there was no space to move down below.
Yeah, the spacing was not good. It was something that we talked about in pretty much every timeout. But even so, when we had decent spacing, they did a really good job of covering in quickly and then closing back out to our shooters if the ball went back out. So I think some of our inexperience and youth showed a little bit, actually a lot, in the post. A couple of our kids need to hit the weight room and get a little stronger and be able to hold their ground a little bit better. Carlin, gives us great effort all the time, but, she doesn't weigh very much, and she was getting knocked off her spot often on offense and on defense. So I think the physicality of the game is probably what really affected us, probably even more than spacing. It's not a style that we're, I don't want to say that we're used to. It's not a style that we like and that we've been able to thrive in. We're just not a very physical team, and it was pretty physical game compared to the first game.
Tae'lor, before the game, Coach Raunig said that ever since your freshman year, the culture has kind of changed back to where it was in 2007 and 2003, where the expectation was growing and growing as you were going along. Just talk about comments about that and the hard work you did over the last, I believe, 5 years to really bring Regis back to a Final Four appearance.
Well, Coach has talked about this whole season, our leadership, and I think Brandy and I just took on that role this season. We had a lot of newcomers come in, so we kind of just established what culture we wanted to set. We established, hey, we really want to get to the RMAC championship and have the opportunity to play against these great teams. And so we worked really hard preseason, regular season, and we just kept pushing each other to become better. And I think everybody really bought in and just really wanted that goal as a team. So.
Coach,
The thing that I would comment about Tae'lor is that, she obviously brings some skill to the court, but she's by far and away the hardest working player that I've ever coached in what is my 33rd year at the college level, and that's Division I and Division II programs. She's also very admired by her teammates, and when your best player is your hardest worker and is respected and looked up to, you have something really special. So that has been really fantastic for us. Having Bailey this year, I think, has been great for our program. I think it's been great for Tae'lor. There's the sister thing going on. I've coached sisters before, and I think they have eyes in the back of their heads for each other. I think that Bailey helped Tae'lor become an even better player, and I'm so happy for Bailey to have had an opportunity to play with Tae'lor, because Tae'lor spent the entire year helping her and mentoring her, and now I think that she's going to be ready to face the world on her own now. She's going to be Purdy too by herself. But both of these kids have brought a very high level of work ethic, and are just so darn competitive. And that's something that you have to be at this level if you're going to advance. Refuse to lose, and it's been fantastic.